Don't let your strongest muscle be in your goddamn them Twitter fingers, nigga. Boss that nigga, man. Get your shit together, man. I'm overrated. So overrated. Overrated. So overrated, nigga. Coming on this bitch real fresh, bulletproof, high shoot, bitch, you better wear your vest. She try to get something off her chest, but the drip on her head made a mess. I'm a real piece of profit on this one, but nighttime sheet, I'm a beast. I'm like, here, eat it up, baby, eat. Here, eat it up, baby, eat. I walk with my pole like a pimp in the state that I got up a ton. I walk around with a lot of blaze, blaze, I lit a rip on it, yeah. Tonight it's a ride, I got a show, live show, and the nigga still indie. Hey, UPK niggas winning, UPK niggas gifted. Hey, I had a little money, but I lost a little money for that punk ass job. Now I'm getting paid off passion, so it's only right that I stunt. All the nigga wanna hate, frustrates on the face, boy, low wasting time. I don't hate being around broke minds, I motivate their ass in their grind. And that's a real ass leader, real ass nigga, 2G short in the flesh. And I'ma eat my plate so good, I'ma let a little bit while the dish. And I'ma beat down your block so rich, top off. I went to another bitch house cause that bitch ain't clean up the kitchen. And I ain't saying no names, give a goddamn shit, let that motherfucker learn. I left my phone unlocked, woke up, bitch, had a damn chalkboard in front. Wanna know who it is, who the fuck is that bitch, I ain't telling no business. And I bought another motherfucking chopper, and that bitch came with some haters, but hey, I'm overrated, pass, overrated. I'm overrated, pass, overrated, nigga. I'm overrated, pass, overrated. I'm overrated, pass overrated, nigga. I pass overrated, my money coming steady, I'ma rock up my good talk. Hey, the women looking good, got them white cross, I was trying to see who got good talk. South Carolina, where them 5 click women, they better know how to cook up. Hey, never take the bitch from scratch, that'll keep a nigga, yeah, on stop. I be in Atlanta with the hitters, zone 6 rockin' with a nigga. Had a nigga walk up to a G, but couldn't get past my security. Yeah, I go out, that's my dog already, and the police too official. Niggas in the world traumatized, tryna buy a clip off a nigga. But when keepin' shows coming, keep these hoes running hill for a change, he'll fly. But I gotta keep my fly swat on me, cause these nat bitches lying. I'm in North Carolina doing real big shit, I been got new ties. If you ain't round broke, boy, you tired. But me and my niggas, yeah, pass overrated, pass overrated. Overrated, pass overrated, nigga. Pass overrated, pass overrated, overrated, pass overrated, nigga. That's the pass overrated, man. Mixtape, EP, whatever you wanna call it. I'm feeding y'all more. Y'all run this shit up, man. Do this shit for the Lord, man. Pass overrated, man. UPK ATX, man. Shark 2G. Come on, I see you, nigga. Come on.
Pando killed the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dumb. A gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Your menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yes, us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander, and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you live there. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, fear, give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. You BK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he give them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'll punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas. They're a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now, you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
We're going to clap it up. Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street Hall, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, these priests and prophets of the Most High God have been bringing out the truth and exposing the lies that the white man has told, better known as our oppressor, has spouted from his mouth. He has spouted these lies like venom, blacks and Hispanics. And we have been soaking up these lies as if they're medicine. Well, these lies are really, the lies that the white man speaks are do more harm to blacks and Hispanics than they do good. You see what I'm saying? Because a lie cannot do good at all. But lies have been helping the white man. They have been helping progress and better his nation, and help break apart and mislead ours. Because for so long we have been believing that we were an inferior people, blacks and Hispanics, and that white people were the superior race. At first, we didn't think like that. At first, we knew who we were, blacks and Hispanics. Before white colonization and national gentrification, blacks and Hispanics, we looked at one another with an eye of affection, with an eye of compassion, of companionship. Well, today, blacks and Hispanics, we don't have that anymore, because the white man has taken that spirit from us, and he has given us his spirit. He has given us his spirit of betrayal and lies and double crossing and scheming and plotting and backstabbing. That's the spirit that the white man has bestowed upon us. We need to get rid of that white man spirit and pick up the spirit, the only spirit that will increase the brotherhood of blacks and Hispanics. And that's the Holy Spirit. The only spirit that blacks and Hispanics should be taking up There's no other spirit that blacks and Hispanics should be trying to put upon themselves or be in search for, other than the search of the Holy Spirit. You go into your records and you find out who you are. Because today we don't know who we are. That's why I titled this class "Color According to the Bible." You see what I'm saying? If you want the history of your if you want the history of your lineage, blacks and Hispanics, you don't go to what's that DNA? You don't go take a DNA test. You don't go to ancestry.com. You don't go to some doctor and get 4 or 5 DNA tests that have 4 or 5 different answers. You see what I'm saying? You go to these books right here. These books right here, the Bible, and you find out your history. You read about your history, blacks and Hispanics, because your history will unshackle the chains of your mind that have held you in bonds for so long. These bonds have imprisoned black people, have imprisoned brown people and native Indians. They have imprisoned us because they have kept us from our knowledge. We have been held captive, held hostage from our knowledge, from our true identity, blacks and Hispanics. And you can get that history and that knowledge back. You can get the knowledge of your history back just by doing one simple thing: getting all black. Getting all black, blacks and Hispanics. You get in all black, you come to class, you learn about your history. You learn about where you come from. You learn about your nation. You're not African American. You're not Moors. You're not Egyptian. You're not the Africans. We're not the what's them people called the tall so-called gods. No, you're not the Anunnaki. You know what I'm saying? We're not those fake identities. We're not Mexicans. We're not Puerto Ricans. We're not Spaniards. We are God's chosen people, blacks and Hispanics. But if we are God's chosen people, you would think that we would have a lot more knowledge and be a lot more knowledgeable and have a lot more of be a lot more aware of who we are. But that has been taken from us, blacks and Hispanics. The white man has taken away your historical awareness. He has taken away your identity and even taken away your records. He has made you to believe that the Bible is a white man's book, when the Bible is the blackest book on earth. The Bible, if you want to liberate blacks and Hispanics, don't give us guns. The white man has guns. If you want to liberate blacks and Hispanics, don't give us sexual freedom. The white man is a sexual deviant. If you want to liberate blacks and Hispanics, don't give us weed and 420. The white man has that. If you want to liberate and free blacks and Hispanics, you have to give us. We need the only thing we have to have. We have the only thing that can set us free, and that the white man does not have these records. This is a true interpretation of this Bible. This is what the white man does not have. The white man does not have your history, blacks and Hispanics. No matter how much he tries to insert himself and try to position himself to make it look like he's a true Jew or he's a true people of God, about how much wealth he has and the statistics, you know what I'm saying, and the media and television. You see what I'm saying? The white man could never hold up to your true image, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, because the white man did not have the gift of God. The only thing that the Most High God promised the white man was a reassured death. That's the only thing he promised him. He didn't promise him greatness. He didn't promise him the covenant. He didn't make any contracts with him. The only contract that the Most High God made with the white man was a death certificate. That's the only thing that the white man has from the Most High God. You see what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, and Webster Dictionary, I think it's a Bible dictionary I'm thinking of, and you look up Edom, which is a so-called white man today, so-called oppressor. So I say, well, not so-called oppressor, so-called white man are oppressor today. You look up Edom, which is his nation. It says the only nation on earth that God did not promise any mercy to. Why does the Most High God not promise any mercy to the white man? Because the white man has not shown any mercy to us, blacks and Hispanics. He has taken our history, our historical documents, and he has ran with it like the Heisman. He ran with it like it was a Heisman Trophy. He has taken our even our self-respect to a point where we don't even value one another. You see what I'm saying? This captivity that we are in, blacks and Hispanics, is like none other. I was talking to Cap earlier today, Cap Miatazak, and he was telling me something about Roman captivity and us being in Greek captivity. And he said that when Paul was telling our people that the white man's the devil, the son of perdition, he was saying that our people were saying, oh, that the white man's taking over, that our people were saying, you know, this captivity is going to last a couple of years. It's not going to be that long. You know what I'm saying? The Most High God, he always come back and get us, which is true. The Most High God does come back, and he does look out for his people. But this is the longest captivity, I was supposed to say, what, next to Egypt, that we have been in. Blacks and Hispanics, we have been in this captivity for centuries. But even in Egypt, we knew who we were. We knew whose children we were. We knew who our God was. But now, we don't even know that. We don't know our name. We don't know our God. We don't know our native tongue. We don't know any of that, blacks and Hispanics, because the white man has taken your wardrobe, your heirloom, and he has placed it on himself like a costume, and he cosplays with it. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a joke to him. It's a game to him. It's nothing serious to him. You see what I'm saying? We speak Hebrew, we speak Paleo Hebrew, he speaks Yiddish. You see what I'm saying? Everything about them is different from us, blacks and Hispanics, because he has changed and rearranged so many parts of history to make it look like we're the inferior ones. Well, blacks and Hispanics, I'm here to let you know tonight that you are God's chosen people, and that there is no need for you to suffer any longer. There's no need for you to be mad any longer. There was a time when I was young, when I was like 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? I used to just be mad all the time. You know what I'm saying? I had hate in my heart, rage pumped through my veins. Because I was just so mad about how television and music, how they used to portray our people. This is before I came to the truth. How they used to portray our people as weak, and we can never get the job done, and how we were just inadequate. You see what I'm saying? And how we can just never live up to anything great. You see what I'm saying? Like we were just like sidekicks. You see what I'm saying? Like we weren't men. You see what I'm saying? Seeing our sisters degrade themselves, seeing our brothers look weak. You see what I'm saying? Just the white man just make a mockery of us. That used to make me mad as hell when I was younger, because I didn't know who we were. I didn't know our history. I didn't know the fighting spirit that we have, blacks and Hispanics. I used to think that our people were just pushovers, and we were just weak. You see what I'm saying? That we had really no type of fight in us. That we would just be runovers. You know what I'm saying? I got older, and I started reading for myself that according to the Bible, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the strongest people on the planet. Are the strongest, most wisest people on the planet. So like, are the strongest, most wisest people on the planet. Israel cannot be compared to none else, because there is none else that can stand to Israel, that can stand next to Israel, because they don't have our God. They got Zeus and Apollos and all them other fake gods, and Freya and all the other pagan gods and all that BS. But they don't have the true God of the Bible. They don't have the God that can actually take action. They don't have a God that can actually unalive. All their God can do is just stay still, because their God is a stone. Their God is some piece of wood. You see what I'm saying? And blacks and Hispanics, it is time for you to put down that wood, put down that damn stone, put down that cross, put down that what's that thing, that Muslim yarmulke, whatever it is, that Muslim, that little thing, that little funny looking hat that they were wearing, and pick up this book, Blacks and Hispanics. You take all that off. You stop hiding amongst these nations, and you come back to your own nation, because in these last times, you're going to need to be with your people, because it's about to hit the fan, blacks and Hispanics. Things are getting very, very, very serious. And if you are joking around, if you're playing around with it, you're going to be in danger. You're going to be out of luck, blacks and Hispanics. Let me get that from my first scripture tonight. It's like Lord Christ, are you there? You hear me? All right, it's like you. Let me get my first scripture of the night. I'm gonna go to Isaiah chapter 13. Isaiah 13 and 14.
Con.
Hey, Lord Christ, sir.
Lord Christ.
Hey, Slacky, Bible Chuck, can I get Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14?
I got you.
All right, water, sir.
What's on Christ? All right, let me share this on the screen for you.
The blessing and Spanish, we have to realize that we have been separated and divided for way too long. And the last thing you want to be in a war is separated and being divided from your only true allies, your brother blacks and Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? You cannot just barricade yourself in some house in some basement and just say, oh, F everybody else. You see what I'm saying? You have brothers that are going to need you, blacks and Hispanics. You have brothers and sisters who are going to require your assistance. You see what I'm saying? And as a man, as a brother, it is your duty and your obligation to pick up your sword and help your brother. Because while the white man is out there ravaging and pillaging, you see what I'm saying? Something that's common for him to do. We, our people, are going to be in complete turmoil. You know, because we're fighting each other right now. You see what I'm saying? We have to regain our sense of unity, blacks and Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? Because in these last times, who are you going to turn to? So, like, so you got that scripture?
Con.
You
It's
read
the
about
book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up.
It's like, let's talk about this, sir. The whole context of this scripture is Isaiah talking about the last days of Babylon. Blacks and Hispanics, if you are in America, you are in modern day Babylon. America has the spirit of Babylon. You see what I'm saying? We are in modern day Babylon because Babylon was a horde. Babylon was like a place where you can just come and just do anything. And more importantly, that's where the Most High God's chosen people were. If you look at it today, what nation on earth has the most blacks and Hispanics? It's America. You see what I'm saying? The land of the North. This is where the Most High God's people are in abundance. You see what I'm saying? It's the only reason why this country is so great in the first place. It's the only reason why you even have coffee beans, oppressor. You see what I'm saying? There's gonna come a time where you're not even going to have coffee beans. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink coffee. Well, I know I see how many people drink coffee in the morning. You see what I'm saying? How many oppressors just go crazy without it. You know what I'm saying? You know how many places sell coffee? Imagine if places like such as Brazil or Argentina or Venezuela, you know what I'm saying? The places in South and Central America, other places in South Central America, just stop sending coffee beans to America. Because America is just so damn ugly, they don't know how to treat people. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a lot of road rage in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics from all oppressor. You're gonna see more white on white crime that morning than ever. Because the white man, he is not stable minded. He needs sedatives to calm himself. The biggest drug addict on the planet is the white man. You know what I'm saying? They were taking German soldiers, Nazi soldiers, we call it stormtroopers or something like that. They were taking methamphetamines to keep themselves going. You see what I'm saying? In war and battle. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because of their military prowess. It wasn't because they had a warrior spirit given from God. It wasn't because they were superior. They was on meth. They was in the bush. They was in the trenches, clutching their rifle and scratching their teeth. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't really military advanced like that. Sorry, not military advanced. They wasn't really their prowess for fighting is not really like that. You see what I'm saying? They were just on drugs. You know what I'm saying? It was called a drug-induced rage. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. You know what I'm saying? And that's the white man as you know it. You see what I'm saying? Always doing something, always having some sort of pacifier. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, well, he doesn't have the fighting spirit as you do. He doesn't have the warrior soldier on spirit that you do, blacks and Hispanics. Because out of every nation, out of every other man on this earth, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, we take the most shit. Excuse my language. We take the most BS. You know what I'm saying? We take the most, and we are the most disrespected. You think that being a man is just how much of your woman's mouth you can take. You know what I'm saying? It's about how many punches you can take. You see what I'm saying? Being a man is about taking care of your people, blacks and Hispanics. It's about taking care of the Lord's business first, blacks and Hispanics. As it says in Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto you. You see what I'm saying? That is your first obligation, blacks and Hispanics. Your first obligation is not to America, it's not to your rib, your wife, it's not to your children, it's not to the court, it's to serving your people, blacks and Hispanics. It's to putting in work for your nation, putting in work for this nation so it can grow. Slice, sir, if you could, can you continue on that verse, Shaw? Oh, Slack, I got it.
Hey, Slaggy, you want me to go back to Isaiah?
Come, Shaw.
All right. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that had no man taketh up. They shall every man turn unto his own people.
So right there, sir. It says they shall every man turn to his own people. Blacks and Hispanics, this is what I've been talking about for the past 27 minutes. Everybody is going to return back to their own nation. Asians are going to go back to Asians. Arabs are going to go back to Arabs. East Indians are going to go back to East Indians. Africans are going to go back to Africans. You see what I'm saying? White people are going to go back, are going to stay with we're going to remain with their own people, blacks and Hispanics. We have to do the same exact thing. You see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, we should have been did this because it was commanded to us before it was anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about this earlier, and this talking about, you know how people will be talking about like this rapper was ahead of their time, this so-and-so was ahead of their time, this artist was ahead of their time. Blacks and Hispanics, you were ahead of time. You are ahead of time. You know why? Because you have the only book that certifies and guarantees the future.
Right.
No other book can do that, blacks and Hispanics. Not the Quran, not no other, not some other type of. I don't know what I don't know what the Buddhists. I don't know what they use. You know what I'm saying? But there's no other book that can interpret and guarantee and accurately depict the future. This is not some fairy tale, blacks and Hispanics. Don't let the white man and his puppets deceive you. This is not some book that you can just read like Peter Pan or Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? Or the Hardy Brothers. Or sorry, the Hardy Boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, or manga comics. This right here is life that you are dealing with. You see what I'm saying? I might as well be holding a gun in my hand, blacks and Hispanics. This is how serious these scriptures are. You see what I'm saying? And you have to handle it as such. I don't know if you ever went through proper gun training, but when you go through it, they teach you all the basics. You know what I'm saying? And when they give you they first they start you off with a training pistol, a fake gun first. They say treat this as if it's real. You see what I'm saying? They treat it as if it's real. Don't point it at nobody. You see what I'm saying? Don't turn around with it in your hand. Be very careful with it, black and Hispanics. Always clear the chamber. Make sure to take the magazine out, clear the chamber. Make sure it's safe. You see what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics? This is exactly how you have to handle these scriptures. You see what I'm saying? You cannot just pop up online and just start teaching. You see what I'm saying? You cannot just decide one day, hey, I think I want to teach the Bible today. You know what I'm saying? I saw this brother in purple. He was doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think I can do better than him. I saw this one brother with he was sitting on the staff. I think I can do better than him. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that, blacks and Hispanics. You have to be certified to do this. You have to put in time, the proper time and the technique that it takes to learn how to be a priest and prophet of the Most High God. You see what I'm saying? You're going to have to learn this the same way you're going to have to relearn your history, because you have to be very careful with it, because you have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? So, no, it's not timid, but it's what I'm looking for. Not cautious.
Dedicated.
What's up, sir?
Like dedicated.
Dedicated. You have to be dedicated, devoted, disciplined. You have to be very, you have to treat the truth. When you come to the truth, you are a baby. You see what I'm saying? A baby knows nothing. You have to be very careful with newborns. You see what I'm saying? Because as a newborn child, you have to be careful, because a newborn child is helpless. You see what I'm saying? A newborn child doesn't know anything. You see what I'm saying? Coming out of the world, blacks and Hispanics, you have been taught lies in abundance. You have been taught the white man is God. You have been taught that the white man is Jesus. You have been taught that Christ and you taught that Jesus and God are the same people. You have been taught that the angels are white, that the prophets are white. You have been taught that the Bible was a white man's book. You have been taught that you are Muslim. You have been taught that you were the Egyptians. You have been taught that you were African. You have been taught all this deception, blacks and Hispanics. You have been taught your oppressor's history. You see what I'm saying? Being educated on your enemy's history does not just stop at, don't just stop at high school when you take history classes. It don't stop at learning that George Washington. It don't stop at learning about Abraham Lincoln. You see what I'm saying? It don't stop in the ELA. It stops. You know what I'm saying? It never stops, because everywhere you go, you are being educated about your enemy's history, and you're being taught to take it on as your own. You know what I'm saying? America's history is not your history, blacks and Hispanics. So, like, so you want to say something?
Nah, I mean you hitting the nail right on the head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most of our questions. So, like, blacks and Hispanics, your history is like none other. You see what I'm saying? So don't try to combine or join or try to assimilate to any other type of culture or history, any type of way of life, blacks and Hispanics, because it's not yours. You're going to run into a brick wall every time, because it was not meant for you. So keep reading where it says, "They shall every man turn to his own people."
They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land.
Stop right there. You see that, blacks and Hispanics? This is why you have to return to your culture. Culture, it's like this is how you turn to your people, culturally and physically. The last thing you want to be is found with the oppressor when those fishers turn hunters come a knocking. Keep reading, sir. Yeah, verse 15.
All right, Most High Christ. 1 second. Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Tell you what?
Shall be thrust through.
What does that mean? It don't mean you're gonna be struck with the word, struck with the spirit. You're gonna be struck with a mighty, mighty, devastating, breathtaking blow. You're going to have a sword going in your stomach and coming out of your back. Keep going, sir. And why? It's not just because I'm bad luck. It's not just because you're a person. It's not just because you're white or you're black. You know what I'm saying? Because, keep going, sir. Let's read why it's gonna happen.
All right, Khan. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
What does it mean to be joined unto them? That means to be joined unto the oppressor. You see what I'm saying? You do not want to be found with your enemy, blacks and Hispanics, because your enemy is not going to do you no harm. When these food shortages, you see what I'm saying, and then these prices come up, you are about to fall on very hard times, blacks and Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? And we're not ready for it. We're not prepared for it. We've been telling people this for the past 56 years. Since 1969, we have been telling our people that we are coming into the third war, blacks and Hispanics, and we are in the last days. And these last days are going to be very crucial, very cruel, and people are going to be very selfish, blacks and Hispanics. They're going to be thinking about themselves and their own. If you're a black man, you with a white woman, don't think that her white father and mother are gonna take you in these last days. Because when they fall short on food, when that rice and them beans and them canned goods fall out, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be Negro goods that they're gonna be serving up. It's gonna be you gonna be on the table. You're gonna be on the table, honey roasted with a tomato in your mouth. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're going to do with you. That's what they're going to do to you, blacks and Hispanics. Because you're not their people. They owe you no type of honor. You see what I'm saying? They owe you no type of responsibility, or they're not accountable for you because they're not your people. Blacks and Hispanics, if you think you're white, if you think that your white wife or your white husband is going to uphold you, or going to stabilize you, or is going to be with you to the end of your days, blacks and Hispanics, you are a sore deception. You have been cast to and fro. You see what I'm saying? But this is a result of being in this hell for so long. You see what I'm saying? You've been in this hell for so long that we have Stockholm syndrome. You see what I'm saying? We thought we've been taught to sympathize with our oppressor. You see what I'm saying? Black and Hispanic, we have become the abused wife in this captivity. You ever see a wife that's in an abusive relationship? Every time you see her, she has black eyes. You know what I'm saying? She got scars, bruises, abrasions, and whatnot. You see what I'm saying? And you ask about, you say, what happened to your face? What happened to your eye? She got on sunglasses, and what I'm saying? And like, what happened to your eye? And she'll be like, oh, I failed. You know what I'm saying? It was my fault. You know what I'm saying? He didn't mean to do it. That's how we look at our oppressor, blacks and Hispanics. We say not all white people are like that. You know what I'm saying? We say, oh, he wasn't the white man who did it. He's not his ancestors. You see what I'm saying? He said, well, maybe if that black brother didn't get so aggressive, maybe if he wasn't moving around so fidgety, you see what I'm saying? Maybe he wasn't talking back so much, maybe he'd still be alive. You see what I'm saying? That's black experience. That's how we look at ourselves today. Like everything is our fault. And that if we just treat the white man with some respect, and that if we just move circumspect around him, you know what I'm saying? Not saying we shouldn't. Not saying we shouldn't move circumspect around him because he is a damn devil. But if we just shouldn't, and we just be respectful every time we meet him, we just say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, that we'll make it home. You see, blacks and Hispanics, you know what I'm saying? Because your enemy has his sights set to end your life. You are dead in his sight lines. He has the infrared beam on your head, blacks and Hispanics. He has a target on your back and a price on your head. You see what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics? The white man wants us gone. And these last times, the fastest way he can accomplish that is by you being right next to him. It's by you saying, this is my comrade, this is my brother in arms. Brothers in blue. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not black, I'm blue. I'm not brown, I'm blue. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not black, I'm green. You see what I'm saying? I'm a Marine, I'm an Air Force, I'm an airman. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm whatever else. With the white man's authorities or his enforcements called to you stand side by side. You see what I'm saying? And take any type of oath. You know what I'm saying? America has never taken an oath, has never taken up any type of responsibility for you blacks and Hispanics. They have used us and hung us out to dry, blacks and Hispanics, because they don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about us as men. They don't respect us as men. They don't care about our women. They don't care about our wives. They don't care about our children. You see what I'm saying? Our oppressor is the devil. Our oppressor is the devil. And he is going to pay for all of his crimes, blacks and Hispanics. We got young man Ray in the building. Hey, Shalom, y'all bashim y'all shabrakatah. You know what I'm saying? We got Princess Nazam in the building. Shalom, y'all shmal thon bashim y'all shah. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics. This is why we have to come together. Because in this last days, every man is going to turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. That's physically and culturally. You see what I'm saying? You're going to turn to your own people in the days of in hard times. You see what I'm saying? But us blacks and Hispanics, how are we going to turn to our brothers if we beefing with our brothers that live a block over from us? if we hate a brother just because he's flying a different flag, because his flag is red or blue or orange. You see what I'm saying? How we're going, or if he's light skinned or he's dark skinned or she's light skinned or she's dark skinned. You see what I'm saying? All this separatism is all acts and all plots and devices given to us by our oppressor, the devil. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the way he moves. He moves by colors and flags. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics. That's the way he moves. That's the way he operates. Blacks and Hispanics, we are segregating amongst ourselves when we should be segregating from the ones who have been hurting us for so long. Our oppressor, our enemy, has been exploiting and embarrassing and humiliating us for centuries. And it seems like the more he hurts us, the more we want to be near him. And it seems like the more we see our brother every day, the less and less we want to be next to him. The more we see our sister every day, is less and less we want to be next to her. Blacks and Hispanics, that is the wrong mindset to have, especially in times such as these. Because in times such as these, you're going to need your brother. You're going to need your sister. You see what I'm saying? You're going to need to come together and put your resources together. Let me get that Bible shot in Zephaniah. Let me get that Zephaniah 2:1 Bible shot. We have to reclaim our unity, blacks and Hispanics. Because with white unity, my bad. With black and brown unity comes white anger. The white man does not want to see you hand in hand with your brother. He wants to see you and your brother throw hands, not join hands. You see what I'm saying? He wants to see your brother fight each other and kill each other. He doesn't want to see your brother help you out, help you up. You see what I'm saying? Forget pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. You see what I'm saying? You give your brother a hand. You extend your hand to your brother. You hoist your brother up. You carry your brother if you have to. You see what I'm saying? That's what Christ said in the book of Matthew chapter 5. He said, if a man compels thee to go 1 mile, you go with him twain. You go the extra mile for your brother. But instead, we go the extra mile for our oppressor. Our oppressor spends 10 years in the military. We do 20 years. You know what I'm saying? He does this. We got to do it 2 times over, blacks and Hispanics, because we think it only benefits us if we are right under our oppressors. Members. You see what I'm saying? We think it benefits us. We think it's better for us to be with our oppressor than to be with our own brother. We got Troop by Tactical Bar in the building. Hey, Shalom, you fucking thigh, boy. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you. Good to have you in class, huh? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got tuned in. Like, share, comment. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, share the class, Bible shop. You see what I'm saying? This is what we have to do in these last times, blacks and Hispanics. Let me get that Bible shop. You got it. Zephaniah 2:1. Read it slowly. Bible shop.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Go ahead.
Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
This is not a suggestion, blacks and Hispanics. This is an order. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Blacks and Hispanics, we are the most least desirable nation on the planet. The only time our oppressor wants something from us is when he can profit off of us. Is when he can put his little stubby, greedy fingers amongst our people, his tentacles, and just find some way to benefit off of us. Because the white man, it's like our oppressor, looks at us as nothing more than currency. Before it was concentrated orange juice, before it was gold, before it was oil on that was being exchanged on Wall Street, on the stock exchange, you are the highest commodity. You are in high and popular demand, blacks and Hispanics. You are the first traded what I'm looking for. The very first traded I forgot what I was looking for. But you were the first thing of value on Wall Street, blacks and Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? We are the reason why this nation is so rich, because they don't desire us unless we're putting money in their pockets. Before, it was no colors allowed. Before is you got to go around the back door to eat. You know what I'm saying? You got to go around back to get your plate of food. You see what I'm saying? My mother and my grandmother, they lived in times such as these. You see what I'm saying? Coming up in the South. You see what I'm saying? My grandmother being raised up there in the Panhandle of Abilene. You see what I'm saying? Where she had to deal with white people, it's like racism on a everyday basis. You see what I'm saying? I still find it's crazy, blacks and Hispanics, how our foremothers and our grandparents, our foremothers and our forefathers, how they could live in the most treacherous times where the oppressor's hate was blatant in your face, and we still grow up and have some sort of obligation or some sort of respect, or to look at them some sort of way as a human being.
It's like if I may,
Go ahead, sir.
man. Too, what's so heavy about this scripture is our forefathers and ancestors are warning us. You know what I mean? Gather yourselves together, old nation not desired.
Right,
Yea, gather together. Because all of these heathen nations are jealous, right? We're not desired by these other nations because the Lord chose us.
right.
We have to start choosing each other. In order to start choosing each other, we got to start loving ourselves.
That's right.
Like our king says, love one another. And like the mighty priest just brought out, man, you got to go the extra mile. There's no greater love than this, than another man lay down his life for his friend. And that's
Right.
what you're going to see in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, because we live this Bible. And we see the prophecies that are being unfilled, and we're seeing the type of oppression and captivity that we've been in, and what it takes to take a step away from, being involved in their culture when we have our own. So
Right. You know what I'm saying? We like you hitting the nail right on the head. Like saying, get that brother right on him. You know what I'm saying? These other nations, they are jealous for blacks and Hispanics, because like they see our talent and they see our worth. They know who we are. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me get that in Revelation. I think it's either Revelation 2 and 9, Revelation 3 and 9.
That's you talking about, even though they say they're Jews?
Come on. Let me get Revelation 2 and 9, bro, for sure. You know what I'm saying? They jealous and they envy blacks and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have the same attributes that we do. You know what I'm saying? If the so-called Jew today is the Jews of antiquity, you know what I'm saying? Or who the world recognizes as the Jews today, are the Jews, the so-called Jews today, are the Jews of antiquity, are the Jews of past time that was running with Christ and Moses and Joshua and the disciples. You know what I'm saying? If they are the Jews, where's their Samson at? Where's their David? You know what I'm saying? I have yet to meet somebody that can that can hold up the name of Israel. The last time I checked, the Bible describes Israel as a very, very talented people. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they capitalize off most, blacks and Hispanics, are our talents. We got Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Tank Davis. We got Jesse Owens, Usain Bolt. You know what I'm saying? Naomi Osaka. We got so many of our people are just talented. You can't forget about them sisters that they could not get to the moon without sisters. One of their greatest accomplishments and achievements, or you know what I'm saying, was getting to the moon, and they couldn't do that without the help of our sisters. They have not won a war that we have not participated in. The Civil War, the Spanish War, American Indian Wars, they even had us fighting against our own brothers, Buffalo soldiers fighting against the Indians. You know what I'm saying? The so-called Native Indians. You see what I'm saying? World War One, Two. You see what I'm saying? The Korea, Vietnam. You see what I'm saying? And there has been no war that America has fought in where blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians were not on the front line.
Right.
Were not there on 0600 sharp military time. You see what I'm saying? Well, we were not the first one there in full regalia, full battle rattle. You see what I'm saying? This is nothing new to blacks and Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? Being a warrior, being a soldier, being given your all is nothing new to blacks and Hispanics. So if the so-called Jew today that you see up there with them beavers on their head, you see what I'm saying, and them little small hats, if they are the Jews of antiquity, if they're the Jews of past time, where are their mighty men? You see what I'm saying? Where are their mighty men at? You see what I'm saying? They cannot uphold the name of Israel. They wear the name of Israel ugly. It looks bad on them. You see what I'm saying? It's like putting makeup on a pig. You know what I'm saying? It looks disastrous. That's what. Go ahead, sir.
If I could, this goes back to the old scripture. Oh, nation I desire. They don't even call themselves Israel. They call themselves Israeli.
Yeah, right.
You know, or Ashkenazi, or what's the other one? Sephardic.
Oh, okay.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? They have bastardized even our name. You see what I'm saying? They have broken apart our name, and they said, "Oh, we're this and we're that and we're third." You see what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? All that talking and all that BS. You know what I'm saying? They can't even speak our language right. You see what I'm saying? We read the Hebrew every Sabbath. You see what I'm saying? We read the Hebrew every Sabbath, smoothly, might I add. You see what I'm saying? Brilliantly, and we read the Hebrew according to the same way our ancestors did. You see what I'm saying? I've been going on way too long. You see what I'm saying? Let me get read that book, show.
Nah, this is a heavy class, man. Do what the Lord see fit. You know what I'm talking about?
No gun, great.
You know
Get the
what I'm saying?
Lord
We
a
get
hand.
you in on that. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
Stop right there, sir. If you could, book, show.
Come.
Our Lord, our King says, "I know thy works and tribulation and poverty." You look at the so-called Jew today; he is not living in any type of poverty. I can tell you what he is living in. Though he is living in a $5,000-6,000 a night suite in the Waldorf Astoria. He does own the banking industry and the prison industry. You know what I'm saying? He does own every damn diamond district that there is on the planet. You see what I'm saying? You just say the so-called Jew has his tentacles and his slimy tentacles and every every gold pot that there is. He's not suffering. He's not suffering the curses according to Deuteronomy chapter 28. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know he's not Israel. That's how you know he's not even worthy to bear our name. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't know our God. He doesn't know our customs, our language. That's why he is Jewish. He's something like a Jew. You see what I'm saying? He is to a certain extent. You see what I'm saying? He can never be the real thing. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't know how to be the real thing. That's why he calls himself Israeli. To be an Israelite is to be a descendant of Jacob. You see what I'm saying? He is an Israeli. I don't know. That's not our name. We are not Israelis. We are Israelites. That's why we're in this. We call it the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This is a school that teaches Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We don't educate our oppressor. You see what I'm saying? We don't tell our oppressor that we don't tell our oppressor. Salaki. We don't tell our oppressor that he's the greatest man on earth. We don't tell our oppressor that his what he has done for America, what he has done for society. You see what I'm saying? Because the only thing he has done is destroy it. America, America, they talking about make America great again and making a bringing the restoration back to restoring America. You know what I'm saying? America, when was America great? I remember a time America was great. It was before them damn colonizers showed up with they sicknesses and they diseases. You know what I'm saying? Them criminals and smallpox and rats. You know what I'm saying? That's when America was great. That's when this land was truly fertile. This when this land was a powerhouse. And then you have our oppressor, the colonizer. He coming over here, smelling like a cave and a damn farm animal that he has destroyed this place. He has mercilessly slaughtered hundreds of millions of Judites, Gadites, and all the rest of our brothers with nothing to show for it. And not only did he unalive us, he also destroyed our name, our reputation. He said we were savages, diseased, infected savages that were uncivilized. I was watching a video not too long ago that Kevin Cox did. He was doing a breakdown of 12 tribes and how we know who they are today. And he was talking about the Mexica, the Iscarites, and the Aztecs, the Mayans, and how they lived before the oppressor came over here, and how they had before that we even had a system of what's that word called? What's that word? It's the word where you filter water. We had filtered water devices, you know what I'm saying, way before our oppressor. We had doctors, we had lawmen. You see what I'm saying? We were a civilized people. You see what I'm saying? We weren't following our God, but we weren't uncivilized. You see what I'm saying? We know how to conduct ourselves as a people. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, we have to shake ourselves and shake ourselves loose of these bonds. Just break them off. You see what I'm saying? And just rip them off. You get them off of your children, because the next generation deserves better than some lies. They deserve better than the white man's rhetoric. When I look at my nieces and nephews, you know what I'm saying? A light shines, illuminates me, because I see them as they're the next generation. When we're gone, they're going to be the next generation to uphold this banner. They're going to teach these scripture. They're going to live the scripture. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's so important, Blacks and Hispanics, that we teach our children our history. Don't teach them about some slave owner on the dollar. Don't teach them about Andrew Jackson, who slaughtered a Gadite, who slaughtered hundreds of thousands or millions of so-called Native American Indians. Don't teach them about Abraham Lincoln, who thought he was better than us. Don't teach them about George Washington. You see what I'm saying? Who had forcibly removed the teeth of his slaves to make dentures for himself. Don't teach them about their enemy. If you teach your kids about their enemy, you might as well teach them about Robert E. Lee, the same equivalent to all those men I just called out. You might as well teach them about David Duke. You might as well teach them about Nathan Bedford Forrest. Not Forrest Gump, but the man who started the KKK. You see what I'm saying? If you do know what I'm talking about, so a lot of you might as well be teaching them about those men, because they are the same equivalency. They hold the same stature and the same standard. They're hand in hand. They're right on the same level. You see what I'm saying? You just don't do that to yourself. So do not destroy your children's mind and their heart, Blacks and Hispanics. Do not kill their mind before it even forms. You see what I'm saying? Don't do that to you. You teach your children about these scriptures. We got troopers of Car One in the building from Dallas, Texas. Hey, Shalom, y'all bunch of stuff. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics. You come in here, you getting all black. You do your 90 days. You get you a Hebrew name. You start speaking your holy tongue, your native tongue, Lashon Kadash. You see what I'm saying? You start following the law, statutes, the commandments, and you will be gathering yourselves together, and your life will do a complete 180. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, but first you have to be educated. So like, sir, let me get keep reading. We're gonna finish this out real quick, and then we can get Daniel 7 and 9.
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but
Mm-hmm.
thou art rich.
But
And
there
I
are
know
slightly,
the
so my bad. If I could, I wish I slightly. But thou art rich. Blacks and Hispanics, you come from a rich, important history. Your name, Israel Yasha Allah, translates to Prince of the Power. That's what you are, princes and princesses. You see what I'm saying? You're the king of the world comes from your nation. You have the only real living God. You are rich, blacks and Hispanics. Being rich comes in more forms than just having a big bank account or than having a gold bar. You see what I'm saying? Or having a chain. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, it comes more than having a Fortune 500 company. It comes more than just owning a bank or a couple of jewelry stores. You see what I'm saying? You are historically wealthy. You are gazillionaires in history, blacks and Hispanics. Keep reading, sir.
but thou art rich.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not,
Keep going.
but are the synagogue of Satan.
Of what?
The synagogue of Satan.
Are the synagogue of Satan, blacks and Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? This so-called Jew, this small head, he is a synagogue of Satan. And he said, I know the blasphemy of them. You see what I'm saying? You have a kid and you hear another kid say a cuss word, you be like, ooh. You see what I'm saying? If you ever hear a white man profess himself to be a Jew, that's what that is. Blasphemy. He ought to be ashamed of himself, calling himself something that he's not. You see what I'm saying? He is not a Jew. He is the synagogue of Satan. You know what goes on in them synagogues. You know what goes on there. You know what I'm saying? They so-called priests giving babies herpes. You see what I'm saying? What's it? What they call? I forget what they call their priests. They high priests giving them babies herpes.
Talking about the Talmud.
Yeah, they don't follow about what I call it. Time like brother said in the song earlier. You see what I'm saying? Giving babies herpes. You see what I'm saying? Doing God knows what in them tunnels. You remember last January, about a year ago, when they after in NYC they found tunnels, miles and miles, ranges from miles and miles going on and on, and I'm talking underneath the synagogues. You see what I'm saying? It ain't the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle that's roaming underneath New York City. It's them small hats. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what they're doing. They could be sex trafficking, smuggling dope, arms trafficking. They can be doing anything under their blacks and Hispanics, and they are doing all of this with your name. You see what I'm saying? They have stolen your identity, blacks and Hispanics, and they're committing crimes in your name. You see what I'm saying? They blaspheme the name of Israel. They embarrass us, blacks and Hispanics. They have the world believing that they're the true Jews. They have the world believing that they're superior, that they're God's chosen people. You see what I'm saying? But they're not. They are the synagogue of Satan. They are the dung house. You know, they are a modern day outhouse. When you see that synagogue, I see an outhouse. I see a place where you go in there and squat and relieve yourself. That is not a place of worship. That is a place of defecation. That is a place of embarrassment. That is a place of witchcraft and homosexuality. So, lucky. You jump there. Let me get Daniel 7:9 about shot. Listen, we got your man Gabriel checking in from Woodland, Texas. Shalom, y'all spoke a thought. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, it's important that you know your history, because if you go all throughout every nation has their own God, has a God that looks like them. You see what I'm saying? You look at, there was a post I saw, and it said it was a comparison. It said for the Asians, or Chinese, they got Buddha. For the East Indians, they got Krishna. They got the little dreadlock god. What's the god? They mentioned the name on Shiva. You know, for the East Indians, they got Shiva. You know what I'm saying? They got Allah. You see what I'm saying? You got the Africans. They got all them them witch doctors and all them beads and all that voodoo and all that BS. You know what I'm saying? For the white man, white Jesus. When it came down to the black man, he had the white Jesus. He had the white Jesus next to him. Why is that we're the only people on earth that doesn't have a God that looks like us, blacks and Hispanics? Why are we the only people that does not have any type of historical or spiritual awareness? You come to the school, you learn all that. It's like we got Officer Yaganan. It's like we got Officer Yaganan in the building. Shalom, y'all about to hear something. You know what I'm saying? What's going down, other one? You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics. This is what we have to teach. This is what we have to.
How about that?
This is what we have to teach our people, blacks and Hispanics. This is what you have to get into your mind. You have been infected and infected and just cast to and fro and led astray by the lies of this white man. You see what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics? If you look at all the all the problems in the black and brown community, they all stem from self-esteem, low self-esteem issues. You see what I'm saying? The low self-esteem brings hatred, self-hatred. And if you hate yourself, you cannot love your brother. You cannot love your rib. You cannot love your children. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, they have made us hate ourselves. They have made us hate ourselves to a point where we don't even want to look like us anymore. So that's why we marry white women. We marry white men, so our children won't look like us. You see what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics? But instead, I bet all that would end if you found out that you have a God that looks like you. And now all this is not just something that I'm just saying, blacks and Hispanics. This is something that this is recorded. That's why I titled this class "Color According to the Bible." This is not my words. Everything I say here tonight comes from the Bible. These are God's words I'm speaking. You see what I'm saying? Let me get that in Daniel 7:9 Bible shot.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
Stop right there. Daniel said, I beheld till the thrones were cast down. What are those thrones, blacks and Hispanics? The thrones are these so-called these rulers, these leaders, and these kings of modern day. You see what I'm saying? That's their thrones. You know what I'm saying? These 666 rulers that rule the earth. You see what I'm saying? That make plans, the UN, the United Nations. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, we got a different definition of UN. United niggas. That's what it means to us, UN. Instead of United Nations, why don't we unite niggas? Why don't we unite our people, blacks and Hispanics, underneath one banner, underneath one flying flag? Like I said in the book of Isaiah, he said, wave the hand. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen, you go to war and you see somebody waving their country's flag, blacks and Hispanics? That's what we need to do. We need to wave this flag. You need to stand under this flag boldly, regardless of what you might lose, regardless of who leaves, regardless of what people say, regardless of what your mama says, what your mama's Christian pastor, what your dad says, what your rib says. You see what I'm saying? What your friends, what your boss says at work. You see what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics? We have to come back to our culture and our history.
Right.
And you do not want to be seated. You do not want to be sitting underneath these thrones when they are what? Cast down. Because you're going to be crushed by that throne. Because that throne is going to be crushed. And you're going to be crushed by that debris and trampled and trodden underfoot. Keep going, sir.
And the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was...
The Ancient of what?
The Ancient of Days did sit.
That's how bad, that's how, I don't want to say gangster, but that's how badass the Most High God is. They call him the Ancient of Days. He is older than time. Before there was time, he was there. You see what I'm saying? Before America, the Most High God was here. And he will be here long after America. Keep going.
And the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow.
Stop right there. It says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down. You see, all the other thrones were cast down. But the only true God, the Ancient of Days, he sat down. He was still seated. He was still sitting on his throne. The Most High God can destroy this place without even moving a finger. Keep going, sir.
Whose garment was white as snow.
Mm-hmm.
And the hairs of his head were the pure wool.
And the hair of his, go ahead.
Yeah, the hairs on his head like the pure wool.
The hair of his head was like the pure wool. You look at everybody else on this earth, blacks and Hispanics, what kind of hair do they have? They got stringy hair. You know what I'm saying? They got the Africa got that brittle brattle. You know what I'm saying? They got what else? What else? They got that long hair, the East Indians. You know what I'm saying? What nation on this earth has woolly hair, blacks and Hispanics? It's like I just gave it away. It's like it's like forgive me. What nation on this earth has woolly hair? You do, blacks and Hispanics. You have woolly hair. You are the only people whose hair sticks out like this. You look at woolly hair. If you want to see some of the texture, we look at myself, Officer Maki. You see what I'm saying? You look at brothers in the school. That's the definition of woolly. You're looking at woolly hair. That's why on the slave ships, the white man, he knows this. That's why on the slave ships, he knows this. That's why on the slave ships, he used to cut our hair off. You see what I'm saying? I saw this. I saw about that later in the next scripture. He used to cut our hair off. It wasn't because of some African custom. It wasn't because of some African identity. It's because he hated our hair, and he wanted us to hate our hair. That's why we put relaxers and perms and sew-ins and weaves, and we shave our hair off. We get fades and low tops, and we go bald because we hate our hair. You said we hate our hair because our oppressor hated our hair. Anything the oppressor hates, we hate. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Bible says a man should not shave his head or mar the corners of his beard. You see what I'm saying? Well, I'm paraphrasing slightly. It should not shave it, but you're not supposed to be walking around here looking like a rod head, a jar head. You're not
Lucky, other one.
Go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me clear?
Can I hear you?
Now, speaking on the hair and the hair texture, we have got away from who we really are. Our people don't realize, most of our women, how America has painted this image and this picture about our hair and our texture. Nobody. You see 20 women, maybe one or two may have real hair, but the rest of them got weave. So having our black hair, having our natural hair, there's so many hairstyles that we can have. Natural braids, we can have twists, we can have afros. There are so many hairstyles that our women can use. No other nation of people can do that.
Right.
But but Christianity and this white image of Jesus, and we're all the same, and we have been whitewashed, and our people have bought it mainly because of Christianity. So I can't wait for our king to return so we can go back to our natural state, not being ashamed of who we are. So I don't want.
That's right. Go ahead, sir.
What's so heavy about what y'all saying too is, they force us to depict ourselves by, having fresh cuts or no beard just to be presentable for that cause. But
Right.
then the matter of the fact is, we don't know their actual agenda is to have us sin against the Most High.
That's right.
Like, when we shave our beards and get those edge ups to look clean just for modern day slavery, we are objecting ourselves to sin against the Most High. And you know what I'm saying? Like Officer Yagana said, I can't wait until the day, You know what I mean? So I could had that scruffy beard on my face like I do today,
That's
and
right.
be accepted. You know, just for who I am and how the Most High wanted me to be.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Get them brothers a hand.
Come, come.
You see what I'm saying? Because right now, everything in your history book, Blacks and Hispanics, everything that you do is looked down on, it's looked down upon. It's looked at as ghetto or uncivilized. You see what I'm saying? They try to make you have some clean shaven, lined up baby face. You see what I'm saying? To look so-called presentable.
Right, the pedophile face, like
Yeah, the pedophile face. You know what I'm saying? Try to have some clean, some clean face. You see what I'm saying? Just trying to just look ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, we look best with a head full of hair. If you can grow your hair, grow it. Take care of your hair, Blacks and Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? It's a gift from God. It's not a curse. You see what I'm saying? Just because your hair is not straight or curly or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Your hair is a gift from God. What did they used to say back in the day? Happy to be nappy. You know what I'm saying? In the UPK, we are happy to be nappy. You know why? Because our God has a full head of nappy hair, had a nappy beard, and we finna find out something else too. It's gonna come as a shock to you if you have never heard it before. It's gonna hit you like a ton of bricks. Because if you have not heard this before, you prepare to have your breath taken. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame,
The
and
Most
his
High God.
wheels.
Sorry, my bad, sir. I'm gonna cut you off. But the Most High God, the Bible, sits on fire. What burns us, He sits on. You know what I'm saying? What scorches our skin, He sits on. Go ahead, keep reading, sir.
And his wheels as burning fire.
And His wheels as burning fire. What are His wheels? His wheels are His chariots, Blacks and Hispanics. What are chariots? Today, chariots would be what you call a UAP or UFO, an unidentified aerial phenomenon, an unidentified flying object. You see what I'm saying? Or a saucer. That's what would be His wheels. They're called His wheels. That's how you know the Bible's a black book, because His wheels. What do you call? What does a black man call his form of transportation? His
Wheels.
whip. His wheels. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know that this is a black man's book. The Bible don't get no black. You see what I'm saying? Because this is a black man's book. You see what I'm saying? That is dedicated to Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This is our history. This is our documents, and describe what we look like in Blacks and Hispanics. Hey, drop that bubble shot. Let me get the killer. Apologetics, Christians, white Jesus followers prepared to be flabbergasted. Let me get Revelation chapter 1, verse 13, Bible shot. We're about to read about the description of Jesus, because a lot of people say that Jesus was just a floating spirit, that He had no color, that He was just a piece of flesh walking around. You ever see like you go to the doctor and he got like the mannequin of with the inside of the body? Like, I guess that's how people see Christ. So they say He had no color. You know what I'm saying? So they say He had no color and He was just a human being. You know what I'm saying? No. Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? No, Sherlock. We know He was a human being. You see what I'm saying? So He made Him the likes of His brother. But what was the color of His skin? They say it doesn't matter. Well, if it doesn't matter, why are you content with having a white God? Why are you content with having a white Jesus? You have no problem bowing down at the knees and the feet of a white Jesus and these white people and these white men. When we tell you that God is black, it's a problem. Now it's rebuttals. Now you want to debate. Now you want to beg to differ. You see what I'm saying? You're just slaves of the mind, Blacks and Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? You're just a slave to the mind. We are slaves to the mind, Blacks and Hispanics. Our minds have been shackled into believing and compelled into believing that our God and our King were white men. You know what I'm saying? How was somebody? You see how the history, the documentation of what the history that white men have with your nation, white people in general have with your nation, blacks and Hispanics, and you're going to believe in his God. You're going to believe in the God that he teaches. This idiotic, blacks and Hispanics. We have to do better than this. We have to do better than that because we are better than that. Let me get drop that. Let me get Revelation chapter 1, verse 13. Bible Shah. Read when you got it.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the man, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with the garment down to the foot, and a girdle by the paps with the golden girdle.
Stop right there. Let me break this down to y'all. Revelation 1:13. It says, in the midst of the seven candlesticks. What's the seven candlesticks? Those are the seven churches of Asia Minor. You see what I'm saying? The ones in Philadelphia. You see what I'm saying? Where else? Philadelphia, Pergamos, Ephesus, Smyrna, Thyatira, Sardis, and Laodicea. You see what I'm saying? Those are the seven churches. You see what I'm saying? That was set up. You see what I'm saying? That Christ, Paul, and the Peter set up. You see what I'm saying? Let me keep going. And it says, verse 13, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with the garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. You see what I'm saying? If you've ever been to a high holy day in school, if you have ever been to a Passover, you know what I'm saying? Passover's coming up next week. You know what I'm saying? We got next. You ever been to a Passover? You ever see a brother with a head full of hair, a rough woolly beard, and a garment down to his boots? That's what Christ had on. Christ had on a garment down there. He didn't have on some suit and tie and $1,000 pair of gaiters. He wasn't wearing some little toga with a little nipple hanging out. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't wearing no little sandals. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't wearing no Crocs. Christ had on a garment down to the foot, and his girt, that's like his paps were girt about with a golden girdle. What is that girdle used for? I don't know if you're familiar with ancient warfare, but soldiers used to wear girdles to protect their midsection from being sliced or stabbed. You see what I'm saying? Because Christ is coming back for war. You see what I'm saying? Christ was dressed in warlike apparel, warlike apparel, and was battle ready. He is ready to fight blacks and Hispanics, as should you be. Let's keep reading. Verse 14, Bible Shah.
No sweat. Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool. As white as.
It said his head and his hairs were white like wool. White being the color, wool being the texture. Like I said earlier in the class breakdown I gave, Daniel 7 and 9. What nation of people has woolly hair? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. We have this woolly hair. You see what I'm saying? With type 4C hair. You know what I'm saying? This is all our hair texture. Christ had a head full of nappy hair. You see what I'm saying? You ever see your grandfather's hair? He had a so-called nappy hair, slacky. You ever seen your grandfather's hair? He got like it's all white. You know what I'm saying? They say they come with age, you know what I'm saying, with knowledge. You see what I'm saying? That's what Christ got his hair from. Because he was wise. He's knowledgeable. Because he studied, because he had the spirit of the Most High God. And he studied the prophets of old. Like we're doing here tonight. Keep reading.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. Why was his eyes as a flame of fire? Because Christ had a heavy mind. You see what I'm saying? Because he had to face the reality. He had to face the music. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, he had to deal with a very, very bad but good outcome. He had to go up on that cross and die, suffer hours. You see what I'm saying? A suffocation, being before that being beaten, spit on, whipped. He had to carry a cross over his shoulder to his death. You see what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics? Would you not have a heavy mind if you knew that that's how you were gonna go out? If you had to face that type of death, if you knew that you're gonna be unalived there in that type of manner, wouldn't you be bawling and crying and just have a heavy mind? You said Christ said, I just gotta shit. Let me get that. What is that in Deuteronomy? No, Genesis, Slacky. The precept to this. Let's talk about Judah.
Talking about the lion.
Hold on, sir. Slacky. It's in Genesis. Come on, here it is right here. This is Genesis 49 and 12. I got it, sir. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. This is a precept talking about Judah. You know, as you may know, if you didn't know, Christ was from the tribe of Judah. Christ was a Jew.
What was what was that scripture again, Sluggy?
Isaiah 49 and 12.
Okay, Isaiah. Gotcha.
No, my bad. Sorry, Genesis 49 and 12. My bad. It's Sluggy.
Okay. Water.
Those was in the book. So let me get that. Let me get another precept in Proverbs. You see what I'm saying? This is Proverbs 31 and 6. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. You see what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics? That's what Christ had to face. Just imagine your life is going to be taken in the most brutal manner to date. You see what I'm saying? Christ was given the death penalty. For what? Helping his people. You see what I'm saying? For our people who hated him. You imagine dying for people who hated you. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, we owe Christ everything. We owe Christ our allegiance. You don't pledge allegiance to no American flag.
Right.
You don't pledge allegiance. You don't put your right hand over your heart and stand at attention like you some soldier for America. To hell with America. America didn't die for you. America didn't shed its blood for you. America shed your blood. America didn't suffer for you. America made you suffer. America didn't promise you rulership and authority. They took rulership and authority from you. They make you think it's unattainable. You give all those things I just called out, and you put them on Christ. Rulership, the power to give rulership and authority. You see what I'm saying? The kingdom of heaven. Your name, honor, and respect. Your history, archaeology. And Christ will restore all that to you.
Go
ahead, sir.
What was that? What was that precept? Proverbs what? What was that? Proverbs 31 or something?
6.
31 and 6. Okay.
Yeah, Proverbs. That's what Proverbs 31 verse 6 through 7. You see what I'm saying? We have to come back to our nation and pledge allegiance to our king, blacks and Hispanics. You don't gotta pledge your allegiance to America. Your patriotism has been misused in this country. You see what I'm saying? They got a movie that came out back in January called the new Captain America movie called Brave New World. You know what I'm saying? Starring a brother, a Judite brother. You see what I'm saying? When is blacks and Hispanics, when are you going to come back when are you going to fight for your brave new world? It takes heart and courage to do this line of work. You see what I'm saying? Everybody can join the U.S. military. You know how many nuts and psychos they got in that place? And unhinged people they got. You know how many people with mental disability they got in there, and so-called generals and sergeants and whatnot. They got up in that place. Anybody can join the white man's army, but only select few can join the Most High God's army. And it's not a light thing to be chosen, to be chosen by the Most High God to fight in his armies, to be in his ranks. You see what I'm saying? You get a promotion at your job, you having celebration dinners and popping open the bubbly. You know what I'm saying? You happy as two peacocks. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, we out here in the UPK under the Commander General Yohana, we are fighting for the rank raise of lords and kings. The Most High God has called you out of the world to be a priest and prophet. And if he calls you, to be a king, to put a crown on your head, to be certified by the Most High God, that is more honorable than any stars and stripes, than any badges, and any merit awards, and any Purple Hearts, and any Medal of Valor that the U.S. military can offer you. To hell with the U.S. military, to hell with being a Marine Corps. You see what I'm saying? To hell with being an airman. You see what I'm saying? To hell with putting your life on the line and giving your all your zeal and your want, your dedication into a nation that is destroyed you for centuries, blacks and Hispanics. That has destroyed you, raped you, unalived you, disrespected you, humiliated you, exploited you, embarrassed you for centuries and centuries on out. With no type of retribution, with no type of shame or guilt, because they don't give a damn about you, blacks and Hispanics. Christ gave a damn about you. That's why he got up on that cross and he died. He died for you. Don't take his death in vain. Don't disrespect him. You give Christ his just due. You give him your allegiance. You give him your patriotism. Keep reading Bible Shop.
Sluggy, you said keep going.
Come. Let me get I believe we stepped at verse 12.
We're on 14, we're on 15 now.
Yeah, 14.
You want Revelation still?
Come on, let me get Revelation 1 and 15.
Yeah, come. This book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burnt in the furnace.
Keep going. Now his feet unto fine brass. Now, blacks and Hispanics, we are not dumb. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter what grade you dropped out of school in. You know what I'm saying? We all know how to identify somebody. If you look at somebody's feet, the color of his feet is more than likely the same color as the rest of his body, right? Right? Off the mic, am I right?
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? You look at a man's feet, his feet are more than likely a 99.9% chance that his feet are the same color as the rest of his body. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen somebody with white feet in a black body. You know, I ain't never seen somebody with some yellow feet, you know, and some black feet in a white body. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burnt in a furnace.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. What is brass? Brass is a derivative of the color brown. Brass is already a dark color. If you want an example of brass, look at a penny. You see what I'm saying? Like this is it's dice right here. This is almost the equivalent of the color brass, the brass color. It's a dark color. You see what I'm saying? Brass is already a dark color. It's already a dark shade of brown. But if you burn something that's already dark, a dark color such as brown already, you see what I'm saying? What color is it going to be? Is it going to be white? Is it going to be lighter? Or is it going to be charcoal color? Is it going to be a black color? You see what I'm saying? Christ was a black man. That's right. From the tribe of Judah. Christ was a black man like the men that you step over, that you step on, and that you disregard every day. the men that you just spit at, the men that you disrespect, the men that you unalive. You see what I'm saying? The men that you humiliate, that you make fun of. That's exactly. Christ is a black man, and for those who didn't know it, I know this is probably very new to you. Christ is black. You see what I'm saying? That's nothing new. So if Christ is black and he was a Jew, where are the other black Jews? You see what I'm saying? Where are the other black Jews? Drop that. Let me get Daniel 10, 5, and 6, Bible shop.
Hey, Afsiyagana, is this you there?
Going out on my phone, I can hear you.
Okay, most high crazy. I want to make sure I edit the right one. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 5. I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with a gold Euphrates.
So like you dropped matter of fact, keep going, keep reading. I get it afterwards. Go ahead, keep reading. Bible shop.
Verse 6. His body was like the beryl,
Mm-hmm.
and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire.
Stop right
And
there.
his
Verse 6, it says his body was like the beryl. You see what I'm saying? I mean, what color is beryl? Beryl is green. So Christ had on a green garment. And color, he had on a green garment. Clothed in fine linen. He had on a green garment, black and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. Or it says, oh, Sluggy. I got it. And his face as the appearance of lightning. When you see a lightning bolt, it shocks you. It shakes you up, don't it? When lightning strikes, you hear that thunder, you know what I'm saying? Right before, after it. You know what I'm saying? It shakes you up. A man's face who looks like that, it scares you. It shakes you up. Christ wasn't looking at you like this. Christ was looking at you with a mean mug. Christ is intimidating. Just like Christ was a. Go ahead, sir.
right, he wasn't having the duck lips.
Right. The water. Christ wasn't posing for some selfie. He wasn't doing the duck lips. He wasn't wearing no makeup and none of that BS. He was looking at you with them little dovey eyes, the puppy eyes. He wasn't looking at you like a kid. Christ is mean mugging you. And if Christ doesn't scare you, you worshiping the wrong Christ. You serving the wrong Christ. You see what I'm saying? Because Christ was a man to be taken very much seriously. As Eric B. and Rakim would say, I ain't no joke. And that's what Christ is. Christ is nothing to play with. He is nothing to laugh at. There's nothing funny about it. There's nothing funny about Christ. When Christ came here, he was on business. You know what I'm saying? He said, did you not know I'm about my father's business at 12 years old? Christ was on a mission to reunite the so-called Southern and Northern Kingdom into one staff, blacks and Hispanics, to bring peace back to the house of Jacob and unity. And not just unity and peace, but also rulership and authority. You cannot have rulership and authority if you have an LGBTQ member. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
And his arms and his feet like unto the color to polished brass.
And his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass. Christ, Christ very much had a color. He wasn't walking around here just pale, pasty. He most definitely had a color. And it said his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass. Christ had a fine skin. You know what I'm saying? He had fine skin. You know what I'm saying? He won't walk around here looking like an African and like that. He won't walk with broken skin, got chicken pox, infected chicken pox marks, scratching, looking like just looking toward from the floor up. You see what I'm saying? Christ presented himself with pep. His pompous was something to be revered. You see what I'm saying? And his reputation was something even fiercer. Let me drop that. So, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. It said that Christ was loud. Christ wasn't some timid, soft-spoken, effeminate man. Christ was not like Saucy Santana. Christ was a beast when it came to the work of the Lord. He didn't play about his people. He didn't play about his brothers. You see what I'm saying, Black? That's exactly what the same spirit we got to take on. We have to be. You cannot be soft-spoken. You have to let your voice be heard. What did Christ say in the book of Matthew? He said that a city that is on a hill cannot be hid. Blacks and Hispanics, you are not meant to be in the background. You were meant to be heard. You were not meant to be soft-spoken. You were not meant to be. Well, I just think now, saying, well, as people, we got to come together and gather ourselves together. To hell with that. Blacks and Hispanics, you better take charge. You better take charge and take up the responsibility of rebuilding your nation. Drop that. Let me get Ezekiel 1:5. Baruch Shah. Let me get Ezekiel 1:5. You see what I'm saying? Because I just brought to you what God and Christ are like. Two black men with woolly hair. You see what I'm saying? With so-called nappy hair, with so-called undesirable hair, unwanted hair. Let's read about what the angels look like. Yeah, Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 5. This is Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 5. It says, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. Angels have an appearance as well, Blacks and Hispanics. They had the likeness of a man. Verse 6, and every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings. Verse 7, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. What does that sound like? You ever seen the sole of a calf's foot? You see what I'm saying? It has a split hoof. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics. Who else they have ninja feet? Ninjas also have that type of feet. Because angels can appear out of nowhere at any second. You see what I'm saying? They can appear out of, they can just creep up on you when you least expect it. You see what I'm saying? You think you good at sneaking and creeping and hiding. You know what I'm saying? Not hiding. You think you good at sneaking and creeping and moving with caution. You don't know angels. You know what I'm saying? You can turn your head for 1 second and look back, and the angel will be standing right in front of you. You see what I'm saying? Because they are different, Blacks and Hispanics. They also come to do the work of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? They come to do the work of the Lord and to serve the Lord to the utmost capability. You see what I'm saying? And Blacks and Hispanics, that's how we have to be. You see what I'm saying? In this world today, we have to move circumspect. You have to be very sure of your steps, Blacks and Hispanics. You ever see somebody walking on a live minefield? You see what I'm saying? How they're watching their steps, where they place their feet. You see what I'm saying? Where they go, where they step, where not to step. That's how we have to move, Blacks and Hispanics. You can't go everywhere. You see what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be. We're not supposed to be among everybody in all nations. You see what I'm saying? You have to be very careful around that devil, around the oppressor. You know what I'm talking about. Let me keep reading. And it says, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. You see what I'm saying? The angels look just like Christ. God, Christ, and the angels have melanin. So if God is a black man, Christ was a Jew, he was a black man, the angels are black men, we're God's people. So we're God's people. We're Christ's people. What are they? Are they white? You You know what I'm saying? You got a black God, a black king, and black angels, but you got white people as your chosen. You see what I'm saying? As your main people, as your chosen people. That don't sound right. That's not logic, blacks and Hispanics. Let me drop that. Let me get Jeremiah 14:2. Let me get Jeremiah 14:2. Because if you have never asked yourself this question, if Christ is a black Jew, what was Mary and Joseph? Hell, what was David? What was Solomon? You see what I'm saying? If Christ was a black Jew, was he the only black Jew? No, Christ wasn't the only black Jew. There are hundreds of millions of black Jews. You see what I'm saying? Scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. You see what I'm saying? Let me get that. This is the book of Jeremiah. It's like, if somebody got it? Anybody there? All right, it's like no sweat. This is the book of Jeremiah.
Man, I'm
4.
here. It's just my allergies. I got you. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
Read that from the top again, Bob Shaw.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
It says Judah mourneth. Why do we mourn, blacks and Hispanics? Why are our people have to go to the doctor for anxiety and depression? Because we have no protection. Your gate is a hedge. It's something that surrounds you, protects you. Nobody protecting us, blacks and Hispanics. Gone are the days of Black Panthers. You see what I'm saying? And neighborhood patrol and brothers who took charge and took authority in their community and protected their people. It didn't do like the oppressor and harm their people or exploit their people or extort their people. You see what I'm saying? Our gates languish. All of our people, everybody we have looked to as leaders, as symbols of hope, MLK, Malcolm X, you see what I'm saying? Marcus Garvey, you see what I'm saying? Elijah Muhammad, you see what I'm saying? All these people who we have, Jesse Jackson, what's that brother's name? What's that one brother's name?
Elijah Muhammad.
What's that brother's name?
Nat Turner.
Nat Turner.
Booker T. Washington.
Booker T. Washington. You know what I'm saying? George Washington Carver. You see what I'm saying? All of our symbols of hope and inspiration have been killed or compromised. You see what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics? Our gates languish. They didn't have the Most High God to stabilize them, to keep them safe. You see what I'm saying? They didn't have the Most High God in their mind. You see what I'm saying? They were serving other gods. They had other ideologies. You see what I'm saying? They didn't have the same they didn't have the same knowledge or the same spirit or attitude as Christ did. You see what I'm saying? They were under orders. They were under other orders. You know what I'm saying? They had their own things. They had their own life to their own rules to live by. You see what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics? But we here under the commanding General Yohana, we have a leader that will not be compromised. We have a leader that will not be pegged. We have a leader that is not a closeted LGBTQ member. We have a leader that has been proudly serving the Most High and blacks and Hispanics for the past 40 years. You see what I'm saying? Faithfully, and has not given up, has not put down his sword. You see what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics? Because this is our leader. You see what I'm saying? Like, we have to come underneath this leader, under this body. And we have to regain our organization. You see what I'm saying? We have to regain our order. Because if not, we're going to continue to mourn. We're going to continue to perish. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep reading. What color the Jews? It says, in the Judah mourneth, and against thereof language. Keep going, Bible Show. So I can no sweat. Judah, Jeremiah 14:2. It says, Judah mourneth, and against thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. If you didn't know, the word Jew just comes from, it's a short way of saying Jew. It's like a short way of saying Judah. It's like the word Jew is just a shorter way of saying Judah. It's like, you see what I'm saying? That's how, and it says they are black. The Jews are black men and women. Black Hispanics, says they are black unto the ground. You know what I'm saying? You look at the ground, you dig up the earth. What color is dirt? Dirt comes in many different shades. You got black dirt, you got red dirt. You know what I'm saying? You got light dirt. You see what I'm saying? You got light brown, like light brown dirt. You see what I'm saying? We are many different shades, black and Hispanics. So don't ever get it twisted and be like, oh, that brother's light skinned, so he got white ancestors, he can't be a Jew. You know what I'm saying? Or this, that, you know what I'm saying? Or he probably got a white person in his family. He probably got a white daddy. He probably got a white man in his lineage or something like that. You see what I'm saying? It says Jews are black unto the ground. That means that our people can come in many different shades and colors. You see what I'm saying? We range. You look at blacks and Hispanics. We range from every color, from black all the way to light brown. You see what I'm saying? Let me drop that. Let me get Song of Solomon 1:5. You see what I'm saying? So if the Jews were black, David and Solomon both came from the tribe of Judah. Solomon was a son of David. You see what I'm saying? David comes from the tribe of Judah. So I just read to you that the Jews were black. David and Solomon were both Jews. So what color was Solomon? You see what I'm saying? Let's read this right here, because you gotta understand that Black history does not just reign in February. Black history in the UPK is 365, 24/7, 365. Every day, all day. You see what I'm saying? Let me get that Song of Solomon 1:5. I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. You already said, Solomon said, I am black, but comely. Let's look up these words. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the definition of these words. Let's get calmly. Let's look at calmly. Pleasant to look at, attractive. You see what I'm saying? What are these words? Attract, similar words. Attractive, good looking, nice looking, beautiful, pretty, handsome, lovely, stunning, striking, arresting, gorgeous, prepossessing, winning, fetching, captivating, bewitching, beguiling, engaging, charming, charismatic, enchanting, appealing, delightful, irresistible, seductive, alluring, tantalizing, ravishing, desirable, sultry, sensuous, sensual, erotic, arousing, luscious, lush, nubile, bonny, fanciable, bettable. You see what I'm saying? Knockout, out of this world, easy on the eye. What do all of these words revert back to? Beautiful. What is Solomon saying? I am black, but beautiful. You see what I'm saying? Solomon was saying this thousands of years ago. You see what I'm saying? I remember first when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? This is what people used to say back in the 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. You know what I'm saying? I'm black and beautiful. We have the same spirit, black, and we have the same spirit of the people of the Bible, because we are the people of the Bible.
Right.
We are the sons and daughters of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Black and Hispanics, this is our history. We were saying this without even knowing it's in the Bible. We had the same spirit. He goes on to say, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Let's look up that word, Kedar. Just read this. What is the biblical meaning of Kedar? Dark skinned. You see what I'm saying? When you are dark, it says dark skin. It is a name of the nomadic tribes of Arabs, the Bedouins, who dwelt in the northwest Arabia. They lived in black-haired tents. You know what I'm saying? There's more to back up. He said, I am black, but calmly. You know what I'm saying? As the tents of Kedar, dark tents as the curtains of Solomon. Where he goes on in verse 6, he says, look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever noticed it, but when I was, I don't know if you ever noticed it, if you ever started off a little light when you were a kid, and then, you know what I'm saying, you walking home from school, you play out in the sun cooks you. You know what I'm saying? It darkens your skin. That's what Solomon went through. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to Solomon. He said, my mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards. If you in the vineyards, you out there in the field, you went in the center of the sun. You are right in the middle of the sun all day. Over time, your skin is going to darken. You see what I'm saying? So Solomon is saying, I am a black man. He said, I am a black, beautiful man. You see what I'm saying? This is our history, blacks and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? This is our records, our documents. You know what I'm saying? The word Holy Bible, what does it mean? What does the word holy mean? Holy means separate, set apart. What does the Bible mean? Records, documents. These separate documents are like none other because they were never meant to be like no other. This is your documents, blacks and Hispanics. You see what I'm saying? Let me drop that. Let me get Job 30 and 30. Because the priests and prophets, the men of the Bible were black men. You see what I'm saying? No question. Let's read this is the book of Job, chapter 30, verse 30. He says, my skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat. You see what I'm saying? So Job is saying this, pretty much saying the same thing, not verbatim, but pretty much saying the same thing. It's pretty much saying that the same thing. So I can forgive me. Pretty much saying the same thing that Solomon said. You know what I'm saying? He said, my skin is black upon me. You see what I'm saying? He didn't say nothing about I'm white, you know what I'm saying? I'm white with snow. He said, my skin is black upon me. My bones are burned with heat from the sun. You see what I'm saying? Job was cooked. His skin was not literally. His skin was black. You see what I'm saying? Job was as my mother would say, sun kissed. The foremother would call it. He was sun kissed. Solomon, Job, they were black. They had dark skin. Their skin was darkened because of the sun. You see what I'm saying? Now let's read this. You see what I'm saying? Let me get this right here. Right here, let me get my last scripture tonight. Let me get Acts 13 and 1. Now, if you thought what I brought about Christ was devastating blow, wait till you hear this. This is the book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger. Niger. What does Niger mean? Look up the definition of Niger. So like it. There it is. The meaning of the word Niger, from the Latin word Niger, meaning black. You know what I'm saying? As in black area of darkness, a black spot. You know what I'm saying? Black and Hispanics. This word is in the Bible. Nigga is just a mispronounced way of saying Niger. You know what I'm saying? So And our oppressor, they know this. And they have been calling us nigga for centuries. You know what I'm saying? And they have been saying it in the most ugliest derogatory way ever. You know what I'm saying? So white people, they don't get the N-word pass. You know who does get the N-word pass? Hispanics, Native Indians, none else. That's who get the N-word pass because they are niggas too. They are black people too. You know what I'm saying? Let me go back to that scripture, Acts 13:1, where it says, now they were at the church, now they were in the church that was at Antioch, certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called nigger, called Niger. You see what I'm saying? Black and Hispanic, this is a word we use on a daily basis. You see what I'm saying? These white people, our oppressor, they know who we are. Our white people is our oppressor black? Is the devil black? The white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. You see what I'm saying? Him and his cohorts are the devil that the Bible speaks of. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, we have to take accountability and be sure that we have all of our ducks in a row. Because you're going to need your history and you're going to need your history in these last days. You're going to need your documents in these last days. You're going to need your records because it's your history. You have to know where you come from. The book of Isaiah says that wisdom will be thy stability. You see what I'm saying? Wisdom will be your stability in these last days, blacks and Hispanics. Your history is going to be your stability. It's going to give you, it's going to cure that low self-esteem that you have. So like it's going to cure any doubts you may have. It's going to kill that hateful heart and that mind ideology, that mindset that you have towards your brothers and sisters. Knowledge and wisdom and understanding and knowing who you are and where you come from is the cure to every black, Hispanic, and Native American problem. It's the only solution. So you come in here, you're getting all black. You do your 90 days. You get you a Hebrew name. You know what I'm saying? A real black name. You get you a Hebrew name. And you serve the Lord, which is a black man's job. You study this Bible. You study this Bible and you go out there and you teach your people. You teach your people their history. You teach them where they come from and who they are. Because who they think they are, they're not. They're not Africans, not African Americans. They're not Americans. They're not the Moors. You see what I'm saying? They're not the tribe of Shabazz. They are the 12 tribes of Israel. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians of Negroid and indigenous descent. And with that, we at the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. Let me get the security announcement.
I got the security announcements.
You have them?
Come on. This is ISUPK security announcements. We're the ISUPK. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 21. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Man, it's 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'asra, 10% of every penny and any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory. So whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming holy convocation will be the Passover, the 14th day of the first month. This will be on Saturday, April the 12th, 2025. You can find this in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1 through 51. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 4 through 5. 1 Corinthians, chapter 5, verses 7 through 8. And 2 Chronicles, chapter 30, verse 17. After that is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. This will fall on the next day on Sunday. You can find this in the book of Exodus, chapter 17, chapter 12, verses 17 through 20. And the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 6 through 8. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. This is security announcer, pass class back to Officer 50 Zakaria.
All right. With that, we're going to Amajium, mean stand. We'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers, men of Israel. Amajium Shabbat, Amajium, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh. All right, Yadim Matah. We're going to Sar, his turn. Face sisters rise. I'll give a courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel. Amajium Shabbat, Amajium, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Yadim Matah, dismiss.